Hey y'all, what's up? Today I'll be reviewing a soundbar and subwoofer combo behind me here in the blazing hot summer sun. The brand is Bestisan. I think it's just, a Chinese company. They reached out to me like 2 weeks before my bachelor party, and at first, I haven't been doing a whole lot of reviews lately, but, kind of thought about it. I was like, it might be cool to use it during the bachelor party, so I did that. And I've been just, testing it while I've been working at home and stuff like that. So we'll see if it sounds any good. I have a whole lot of other sound bars in my house, so I'll kind of compare it to that a little bit. And, we'll match it up with like other sound bars in that price bracket. But let's get to it. So I'll like start off with the unboxing, at least for the B-roll footage here. The whole package is packaged pretty well, and you get quite a bit with it. You get let's see, you get a Toslink cable, aux cable, you get a pretty solid remote, batteries with it, and the packaging held up pretty well, which is pretty cool as well. You don't like to get broken stuff in the mail. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. I will say, going off the looks of it, it definitely gives me Sonos Beam vibes. I feel like they probably saw that soundbar and they're like, oh, well, we'll be cheaper than that. It looks pretty similar. So, yeah, it's definitely not a Sonos Beam. I actually have a Sonos Play Bass, and I have like the whole surround sound set up with Sonos, which is great. Obviously, it's way better than this. But that was like stupid expensive because Sonos is ridiculously expensive. So, this might be a good alternative for other people, but, we'll talk about more of those specifics later on in this review. Some things that, or another thing that includes with this soundbar, or the soundbar combo, is a lot of like mounting stuff, so that's cool if you want to mount it. Obviously, you can't mount the subwoofer, the subwoofer, it's just, it has a cable that plugs into the soundbar, but it's nice that they give you all this stuff to mount the soundbar if you have like your TV mounted as well, to make it look a little bit nicer. And the inputs on this soundbar, Bluetooth, Toslink, aux, and coax as well. Doesn't give you a coax cable, but pretty much gives you everything else. And, that's plenty of things to connect it to. I guess you can't really do HDMI pass-through, but personally, I don't really like HDMI pass-through. I'd rather just have some sort of dedicated audio, but it kind of comes down to preference, but I guess, might as well keep that in mind. Also back there is the power for the soundbar and then the subwoofer cable. So the subwoofer is not wireless like a lot of other soundbar combos. Like I have a Klepshish, or whatever you pronounce that name, in one of my guest bedrooms that has a wireless subwoofer, which sometimes works out better. You can put the subwoofer like on the couch or something, and then I guess you get more bass like closer to you, which maybe it sounds better whenever it's closer to you. I don't know, but this one, it's just plugged in directly to the soundbar. The cord is pretty long, but yeah, that is what it is. This one does have Bluetooth, which is what I did pretty much all my testing on. This is pretty good. Bluetooth works as it should. Range is pretty expected. It was kind of hit or miss with reconnecting on the device, but I feel like that's kind of like the way with a lot of Bluetooth stuff. But for the most part, it worked pretty well, pretty much as well as you can expect. One thing I will say about the appearance, though, that I kind of didn't mention is the sound bar has some glossy black plastic on it, and that definitely picks up a lot of fingerprints and dust. And I actually tried to dust this thing before I did the review because, I'm in the litter box room here. We got a bunch of dust. But yeah, like dust really didn't come off super well. I was using just like, one of those Swiffer dusters. Really didn't come off super well, so keep that in mind that it's probably just always going to be dusty. So as far as the sound, there's like 2 speakers on each side, on left and right. The soundbar itself isn't very wide, so that's something to keep in mind. If you have like a pretty big TV setup, this probably isn't optimal. Like my Klepsha soundbar is like quite wide, which I think probably gives you more of a surround sound feel if the speakers are farther apart. But also on top of that, it kind of would look kind of stupid if you had a small sound bar in front of a big TV, or vice versa. If you had a big sound bar in front of a small TV, it also kind of look stupid. So realistically, this is probably like a maybe like a 25 to like maybe like 45-foot sound bar as far as like TV goes. Anything bigger than that, I would probably definitely go with something else. Also, you're probably in a bigger room at that point, and you probably want to buy a better, more expensive soundbar that has more bass, has more, it's just higher quality at that point. But like this is good for like, like a bedroom or something like that. Pretty good actually for that kind of situation. So yeah, so like soundbars I have in my house, like I have a Sony one in my bedroom. I have a Klepsha in my guest bedroom. I actually have a Sharp at one of my other house, at my dad's house. It's not here. And then I have the Sonos Play Bass with like the sub and like surround sound in my living room. Obviously, the Sonos is the best, but it's also crazy expensive. Probably the Sony was pretty similarly priced. The Sony, I think I bought it for like 150 or something like that back when, yeah, I got that like 5 or 6 years ago or something. That honestly probably has a little bit more bass than this does, but as far as audio quality, is probably the same. As far as the Klepsha, which is probably, you know, like a good 20 or 30 bucks more than this soundbar as well. That soundbar probably is close to on par with this one, except for the fact that that one's so much wider. But really, you know, for, you know, whatever this price is on Amazon, I think it's around $110, $120. You know, the nice thing about this soundbar, one thing is they actually do give you like a good solid, good remote, and they give you batteries for it too, which is cool. Like for the Klepsha that I have, the remote is just garbage. It looks like it's super thin, and the buttons are not ergonomic at all. A lot of like lighting strips like will come with like cheap remotes like that, but like whenever you buy like a soundbar, like it really should not come with like a crappy remote like that. So it's nice that this one does come with a good solid remote. It looks pretty good. It sounds, you know, pretty good. Like it's not gonna like knock your socks off. Is it way better than the speakers that are built in the TV? Oh heck yeah. I mean, that's not even a competition at that point. But you know, for 110, 120 bucks, I think it's pretty good. You can get better for more money, but if you're like in like some sort of like a bedroom setting or like a small living room or something like that, be pretty good. If you're in any sort of like a bigger room, I would get something probably a little bit nicer than this. Also, if you're just like in an office and like you want like a Bluetooth speaker and you want it to have like a little bit of bass, it's not a bad option either. Especially since the soundbar isn't like crazy big, you know, you could honestly just use it as like a speaker, which for the most part is what I used it as. I didn't actually connect it to a TV, so you can kind of just do whatever with this one, which is. So thank you guys for watching this review, and you know, thank you for Bestisan for sending it to me. You know, definitely appreciate that. Adding some music to my bachelor party was pretty cool, and obviously I had more speakers in this, but you know, we rented a big house, and like, you know, I wanted some speakers throughout the whole house. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So thank you guys again for watching this review. I might do some more in the future. I'm actually kind of thinking about doing a review on EveryPlate, which is like a food delivery service, kind of like HelloFresh and Blue Chef or whatever the heck all those other ones are called. There's so many of them these days. Might do one about that. Let me know if you guys think that'd be interesting. I think I might do it regardless, even if you guys don't think it's interesting, just because I feel like doing something. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Peace out! Vape.